It works well, and our people know and have the time and take the time to care and find the solutions for our customers. And customers come back time and time again because they know the service, the business, the quality, and the reputation we have.
Hey, welcome to Clear Lake Connections, our podcast from the Chamber of Commerce, proudly sponsored by UTMB Health. Clear Lake Connections, where we talk to the people behind the businesses of Bay Area, Houston. I'm proud to have somebody I've known for a long time, Mike Furin with My Flooring America. How are you doing, Mike?
Good. And you?
I'm not as I hear you're going to retire soon, so I only aspire to that. So before we get to the retirement story, let's talk about all of the years before that. How did you get to this area, and tell us a little bit about how My Flooring America started?
Well, it used to be called Buddy and Wanda's for people that have been in the community for years and years and years. And I was working with their son in the yacht business in South Florida. And long story short, they were one store mom and pop over here in Nassau Bay, and joined a national co-op idea at the time. Buddy had the foresight to be the first member of that co-op, and it called Carpet Max, that became Flooring America. And the son said, Mark said, "Hey, let's go back and help grow my parents' business." And one thing led to another, and we moved here in 1992, and moved our families, and the Steele family, Buddy and Wanda, adopted me and my family, which was a blessing in its own right. But we hit the ground running, and found out that they were members of the chamber, and I didn't know anything about chambers of commerce at that time.
Yeah.
So it was quite interesting. I got involved in the chamber, and that was 29 years ago, and the rest, they say, is history. Now, there's a lot that went on. I got to learn about and meet a lot of people, which that's what it really is about, is relationship building. And then before long, I was on the board of directors of the chamber and the head of the small business division for during that time, and then kind of retired from the board. And Scott Steele, who now is the second generation owner of My Flooring America, got involved, and he took the lead and became a chairman, actually, as one of the past chairmen. And then after that, I was still active all the time, involved in everything from business after hours to whatever it might be with the chamber, and built so many great relationships here in the community with chamber people and staff and everybody that are all good friends that I will miss when we get to the retirement story. But so after that, I got on the board again, a second term, and probably one of the longer board members by the time I was done, and past chairman. After I became chairman of the board, it was like 7 or 8 years, I think.
I put in about 8 or 9, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, something like
they had
that
me
too.
for a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. But like you said, it's so rewarding. It's all about the relationships. I think too many people join an organization and expect to just receive, but you've got to give, and that's really where the magic happens.
Exactly.
And you are the embodiment of that. Tell us, tell us what that means to you. Why did you realize how important that was?
Well, actually, way back in the beginning too, there was a program that was the Balloonar Liftoff Festival, and I was in the early days of that too, and just putting in all the sweat and through the mud and all the other things with the chamber, because the chamber at that time was the ground crew for all of that, and the embodiment of that, and started there and started meeting people and became friends. And it's like, it feels good to give, and that's rewarded. I've been blessed. God, I have to give him all the credit and the glory for the 29 years, because he's had his hand in everything, and it just has come around hundredfold. The more you give, the more you receive. It's that old adage, but it's true.
Yeah, and it's funny because you talk about building relationships and for the longest time I thought you were My Flooring America because that's who I had a relationship with, and then when it came time for me to have that need, I can only think of one person at that point, and I came and saw you guys, and your salespeople are top notch, and then the guys that came and did the install are top notch. How do you keep those two groups working at such a high level?
It's once again development of relationships with those folks too. We have an atmosphere and a culture at our workplace that just people want to work there, and we try to develop that and encourage that. And the same with the installation crews. When you find quality craftsmen that still, there are people out there, we have them that care about their craft and really care about what their product is and what they're doing, their installations and their workmanship and all of those things. So, we've been fortunate, and we've gone through a few that have not, and those go by the wayside, obviously. I mean, as you learn, people and so forth. But we've been fortunate and busy enough as we've grown, because we went through the floods, the hurricanes, and all the other growth spurts in insurance work that we do, that has allowed our company to continue to grow and grow and grow through our national network as well. And so we keep those crews and those quality craftsmen and those salespeople and everybody busy. So, because at the end of the day, they're there for a paycheck as well, know, and so that's important. But it's the atmosphere and the culture that we've developed and created with Scott and myself and everybody involved over the years that has really...
So I want to ask you about that growth and where you're at now. But before I do that, I have to take a quick break and go to Sherry Sweeney with the Chamber for some important announcements.
Hello, Clear Lake Area Chamber of Commerce members and Bay Area Houston. We are excited. Our 33rd annual Business and Wellness Expo is coming up on August 19th inside the Gloria Dei Lutheran Church in Nassau Bay. This is an opportunity for you to showcase your business, goods, and services. And this year, we're also going to add a job fair. A lot of our businesses tell us they are in need of employees, and we're going to help you out. For more information, go to clearlakearea.com.
All right, and we're back. So I was asking you, the growth story. You said it was one store. It was Buddy and Wanda's back in the day. And so now how many stores are you guys up to?
We have partnered with another family business that was a Flooring America in Dallas as well. So similar story, second generation now ownership and so forth. And being members of the national co-op of over 2,500 stores has been a godsend in the respect of the growth in numbers and the support and being the number one customer to the manufacturers of flooring and so forth as well. So we get the best prices, the best quality, the best service, and all of those things, which has helped us grow too. So we have now 4 retail stores, 2 up in the Dallas Metroplex area, and then 2 here. One everybody knows is our founding store that we built in '94, that we started in '72 actually in Seabrook. I'll have to back up for that story, but so we have the 4 retail stores, and now we also have 4 wholesale stores as well. So which gives us more volume and helps pricing and so forth. So
and our area is, unfortunately, the weather creates good demand for you guys. It just
the
seems
freeze.
like it seems like every 2 or 3 years or something that happens that you guys are just probably inundated.
Yeah, and it's not the kind of work we want to get, but somebody has to do it. And we would much rather be the quality. We years ago, during one of the storms, we were benchmarked as the company to use for the local attorney general and so forth about price gouging, because we don't change our price and don't do anything like the guys that come into town and fly in and fly out and all that kind of stuff too. So, but the storms have helped us in growth every time, and take the next level in volume and people and so forth. But the other thing we don't do is go out and grab just anybody to take care of it. We work harder. Everybody fills up their schedules more at that time and gives it all they got, but we continue to maintain the same quality, the same people, the same ethics and integrity that we've always had as a company.
Well, and like I said, you were on the board when I was on the board, and we talked about buying to Bay Area, and that's the perfect example. You put the time in to build those relationships so that when I need you, I have somebody local I can go to. And that's just, it's so critical. And I think that's where, like you said, if you just come in and, you don't have, I haven't been able to build that trust with you yet. Yeah. So you and I have known each other for so long that, when it comes time, I remember Mike, and I know I need to go see you guys.
You become the face of the community, for the community and so forth of the business. And those are important things as well. But, you go back, we do business with the same way. I mean, the Minuteman Press for years since they've been involved in the chamber, we got to know them, and they're really good friends as well, but they do all of our printing work. And, I could name on and on, insurance companies and other people here that take care of us in the community that we've taken care of them as well. It's a mutual relationship and buy into the Bay Area. Considering when we started in 1972, we were just a little mom and pop, and we've probably, the revenue stream is, quite, way times what it was back in 1972, and it's because we work with everybody and they work with us. It's community driven. We wouldn't be here without the community.
But your business, you're not in charge of business development. It just seems that way because you were always at the events. So, but you were actually in charge of sales.
Yeah.
And so you've been in charge of sales for a long time.
The vice president of sales for 29 years.
So how has sales evolved over time? What have you seen during that time that, the progression of what it's turned into, and how do you stay abreast with the latest in techniques?
Yeah, right. And we've been fortunate too, because of our in the last 30 or 20 years of being involved with the Flooring America National Co-op and the backing that they have in marketing, merchandising, sales training, and so forth, hiring, all of those things that helped us. And we kind of, took it all in as much as we could, and through the fire hose method, as much as and learned from that. I learned a lot over the years. I would have to say, though, I've got to give a lot of credit to Buddy Steele, who the founder of this, and he was an incredible person. But he always said, show people what they need, help them find what their need and fill it, and that would be the solution to it, and do it with integrity. Honesty and integrity, and that stuck with me, of course. But then there's all the motivation, finding the right salespeople, training, and measuring what you do, because the ultimate is, if you don't measure, and track your salespeople, then you can't grow. What gets measured gets done. Basically.
That's key for small businesses, because that's their lifeblood. And I've had personal experience with some of your salespeople, and they know their products inside and out. And you're right, the rest of it is all about finding a solution.
Yeah,
and that's really what it is.
Yeah, we're in the solution business, and we have actually the training. All of our salespeople annually get certified in our what's called the 5-star certification sales process that Flooring America puts together. So you have to know your products, you have to know various different aspects of selling, installation, and today with the technology now, our salespeople handle it all from start to finish. They go out with a laser and an iPad and do the measuring right there, and it calculates it, and they can do everything right there in your home now. You can even sign and take your credit card if you want to do it all in one swipe, in one visit too. But they ask a lot of questions and to find the right solutions, right products, because there are so many different flooring choices today.
Yes, there are.
It's almost a misery of choice sometimes, but it works well, and our people know and have the time and take the time to care and find the solutions for our customers. And customers come back time and time again because they know the service, the business, the quality, and the reputation we have. Do we make mistakes? Sure, we're all human, but the thing you can count on with My Flooring America is no matter what happens, at the end of the day, we're going to make it right.
Yeah. And I've always felt, in dealing with you guys, you weren't worried so much about, what I was buying this time. You're setting me up for what I'm buying the time after. And it's that, again, that relationship.
And we have so many people that have bought 30 years ago when I came, and now their kids are coming in. Oh yeah, my mom had it done when I was a kid in our house done up, and stuff. Because a lot of flooring, if it's more like hardwoods and things, you only put it in one time. It's not something that you change as often, unlike carpet or something else.
Yeah.
But so we have that second generation, third generation type business going because Buddy and Wanda started in the community and developed that based on good Christian principles and good business integrity, honesty, and those things too that are very important.
So let's talk a little bit about your much deserved retirement. What are your plans?
Well, I'm blessed. My kids put together an opportunity. My daughter and her husband, I call them my kids, but they're 32 years old. But we have 10 acres in Central Florida, just north of Orlando now, that is being developed as we speak. And they are building a main house for themselves, 2 stories. So they promised me grandkids in a year or two. And then a mother-in-law's quarters for my son-in-law's mom because he lost his dad at an early age. And then a second guest home that's just right for my wife and I, all on the same property. So
Awesome.
We're all, and I've always wanted to build one house. I've, bought already existing houses over the years, but never built one from scratch. So it's interesting, but having the background and learning with that. But so we're looking at probably the end of the year, first of next year, moving back. That's where we moved from, is Florida, and have relatives there and so forth as well, and looking forward to enjoying the Sunshine State in my golden years, as they say, and that kind of thing. But so I'll be winding down over the next couple months, by the end of August, probably something like that as far as work goes and My Flooring America. But I'll always be answering my phone and referring customers back here because I'm not going to change. That's just who I am. And
so if people want to come see you and say goodbye and catch up with you, they've got until probably the end of August.
Yeah, I'll be around definitely then. And most people have my cell phone. Give me a call, because I'll be running as fast as I can till the end. Like Sherry asked me if I could do a chamber event, so a business expo. I plan on being there and helping with the MC and that kind of stuff.
So one last question, this one's personal. How did you know it was time to retire?
How did I know it was time to retire?
Yeah. How'd you come to that decision?
Wow, that's a good question. I figured 30 years because I had 29 here when we moved, and we were working about a year behind the scenes putting things together for the business and the co-op and all that. So 30 years was, my dad worked in the steel mills, and 30 years you got the gold watch and retired. So I figured, now I'm kidding, but it was just time I reached full retirement age as far as the government's concerned and Social Security, and it was time to, while I'm still in good health and things to do, and looking forward to enjoying life now.
And you had a
after all this
plan.
time.
You had something to look forward to.
We put together, with the property and the housing and building and all of that, and placed in family and all those things too. So that's kind of been exciting for me. I'm going to miss a lot of people here, and we'll probably come back, but we're 30 minutes from Disney, and my kids are Disney kids. and they got married there and so forth. And so I'm sure we'll have season passes and be going to Disney on a regular basis as well.
Nice.
So that's always fun.
Well, thanks, Mike.
My
Enjoy your
pleasure.
retirement. You've earned it, and it's great to see you.
Great to see you, man. Thanks.
All right.